All these other matters that may be considered peripheral could still find their way up to the Supreme Court.
Definitely.
Meaning that we could get to the end of this year and still have these cases or some strands of these cases still continuing in the corridors of justice.
Absolutely. And that's why the judiciary is found in a very dicey situation. And I've seen commentators and a few of legal minds arguing that we are putting the Constitution to the test, especially the principle of separation of powers, because you have a case where we are testing the might of each of the arms. Mm-hmm. The legislative body made this decision and they are emphatic about it. We impeached, we met the constitutional threshold, our decision is impugnable. You cannot impugn it through a court process. That is their finding. The executive moved in quickly, has nominated and even has already submitted the name that Parliament has already considered. So you find the executive and legislature having already concluded their bit. So you are now having the judiciary on the spot. And why I'm saying it's a dicey situation, there's an accusation that is being said is the judiciary in a space of overreach, that they are now seeming to be the prefect. You would understand that concern or apprehension because it comes from a point of the executive and the legislature feeling we have finished, this is our process, you can't touch it. The executive says we cannot operate with a vacuum in this office. And you've seen the executive quickly moving in to implement. When you saw a circular sending staff from the office of the deputy president on a compulsory leave, it was a message. When you saw, even if you look at the political movements, you can see the country politically somehow has accepted and moved on. You have a case of even the national holiday where the deputy president who's been impeached cannot attend. So he's more like in a purgatory. He's been cancelled by the two arms of government, executive, legislature, done. No point of return. And politically speaking, there's no way you can reconnect that. The president himself even has no power to take it back, because going against the resolution of a National Assembly that was more than 2/3, Senate more than 2/3, becomes impossible. So what that means, judiciary now is on the dock to determine, they have to determine the application of the law, they have to set a precedent, so they cannot avoid to make a decision. However, if I were in the space of judiciary, I would want to offer one aspect of goodwill: expedite the matter, so that I'm happy with how the panel of judges is dealing. Every single day they are sitting and they are not constraining each of the parties in their representation or their presentations. That's why they have been tackling issues one by one. Recusal, done. Issue about the constitution of the bench, done. And once they finish, they tell you can proceed to the next level court. Okay. So Court of Appeal will immediately be sitting on an appeal on this issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even as we continue with this discussion, I'd like to invite on to